What's up, everybody? You are very, very welcome along to Saturday night's late night agenda. At least I think it's Saturday. I'm starting to lose track of the days. I'm not going to lie, ladies and gents. You know me, my memory's not the greatest at the best of times. I'm glad that I've actually turned my microphone on today so we can start the stream properly, because how many times lately have you guys seen me do an intro and then all I see on the screen is, great, microphone, Craig, it's not on. So look, we are live, we are good to go. I hope you're all keeping well. I hope you're all healthy and safe. As always, that is my main concern, ladies and gentlemen. There is loads for us to get through. Welcome to all of our viewers on Hot Mic as well. I can see that starting to fill up over there. Thank you for your support over on Hot Mic, ladies and gents. That means the world to us. It really does. And of course, to our members, our moderators, and our subscribers over on YouTube as well. Lovely to see you guys popping in to say hello. There is actually a little bit for us to get through tonight, and I'm going to try and keep it on an upbeat keel because you all are bombarded at this point with information, and it's time to just have some fun and relax. Let me try and give you 90 minutes of relaxation, ladies and gentlemen, where we can have a laugh, not take ourselves too seriously, and of course, discuss the transfer rumours and gossip that are doing the rounds. Little bit of housekeeping to start with, as always, my friends. If you can do me a favour, if you haven't yet, I know I keep banging on about it, I know you're sick of it, but if you haven't yet downloaded that Hot Mic app, again, to help us, to keep us surviving, to push us on to that next level, please do download the app. There is a link in the description. You can find it in the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. You can use the code Anfield Agenda as it shows there, all one word, all capital letters. And again, we're very close to 1,300 followers on Hot Mic. So if you're on Hot Mic right now, again, you know the crack, ladies and gents. Share. Hit that share button and get the stream out there. Dylan Cooney, we are fucking massive, mate. I agree. WFM, buddy. WFM. Right, again, ladies and gentlemen, I know that there is a lot going around right now, but let's try and, as best we can, keep this a corona-free stream. Let's talk about football and fun stuff, because as I said, you're bombarded all day. You turn on the news, it's in your face, everywhere. Let's have some fun. Let's relax, let's kick back, and have some fun talking about Aubameyang. We'll get to that in a few minutes as well. Fabian Ruiz. There is some talk about contracts for existing Liverpool players as well, so there's loads to get through, ladies and gents. Any news on the league, said Milo? Not yet, buddy, not yet. As things stand, we're just waiting to see how the lay of the land is. April the 30th is the date that the Premier League and the Football League and most of Europe, I think, have pushed back. And again, I think that might be a placeholder. If I was to go off gut instinct, and it is just gut instinct because nobody has a clue what way this is going to unfold yet, I would imagine, like the head of La Liga, maybe mid to late May is when these guys will get back. And I don't know if the players might need a little mini pre-season as well to kind of get themselves back up to speed. But first and foremost, you've got to make sure that they're not putting a strain on the health service with the demands of having an ambulance and stuff at every game, and, you know, policing, all that kind of stuff. So all that has to be taken into account before we can get back to football. But if we all work together, if we follow the advice that we're given, hopefully we can get back to some form of normality as soon as possible. That's all that I can say, because the truth is everything's up in the air right now. Justin the Wood said, is the transfer window market open? No, not yet, mate. As things stand, it is supposed to open earlier this year, July the 1st, I believe it's supposed to open and close at the end of August, but that will be probably adjusted. We're just going to have to wait and see. We spoke as well the other night about Liverpool potentially wearing the Nike kits. That's something that I want to talk about a little bit later on as well. Callum, welcome in. All our members, welcome in as well. If you see anybody with an Anfield Agenda logo beside their name, they are members of the channel. They have use of our fantastic emojis as well. So if you want to sign up, just click that join button. Do I rate Aubameyang? No messing from Sam. Straight to the point. I like it, buddy. Again, Hot Mic. Get over there. Download the app. Everything that you guys... I keep forgetting one important point. One really good selling point of Hot Mic that I keep forgetting about until Connor reminds me is, on YouTube, if you're like me, you like watching, of course you do, but you close down the page, it closes down. You can't hear me, it goes. With Hot Mic, you can scroll, you can open WhatsApp, you can flick onto a different page, and Hot Mic's little screen will follow you around. The app is free, 100% free to use. There is chat, like you have here on YouTube as well. It's just a brilliant app, free to use, ad-free, really helps us. So download that app and put in the code. Let's get past at least 1,300 tonight. That's only 3 of you. Come on, ladies and gents, you can do this for us. Right, straight into the conversation. Andrew Childerhouse, how are you, mate, over on Hot Mic? I'm good, thank you, mate. I hope you are as well. What is this? Sufi Hood said, been self-isolated for 5 days and it's depressing. I feel like I'm going to die in this room. Right, mate, firstly, thank you for coming in with us. It's good to have you in here. It's good to be able to have a chat with you, mate, and hopefully you have a bit of fun with us tonight and we can distract you for 90 minutes or so. I understand the self-isolation thing. As I said last night on the stream, my in-laws are self-isolating. They're about 10 days into it now, so 4 more days or so to go for them, and fingers crossed, no signs yet of anything coming along. But look, I feel you, mate. I hear you. Just stay strong and have some fun. Come in here with us tonight, buddy, and have some fun. Relax. Liam Granby's in the house on hot mic as well. Liam, how are you, my friend? Lovely to see you in. Shay Trainer, straight. I know, mate. I'm with you. I'm with you on the Werner thing, Shay. Me and you, mate. We're here. I'm with you. You know that, Shay. Every day. I'm with you on the Werner thing. Aubameyang, look. Well, let's start off with Aubameyang. Why not? Let's start off with it. And I've no guests on tonight, as you can see, so I will get around to reading more of your comments. I know having Cash on and having Lee Gunner and stuff on, it's great. I love chatting with them, but I do understand that it's a bit frustrating when I don't get to read out all your comments. So I will promise I'll get through as many of them as I can. But let me just start off with the Aubameyang stuff. Corey, a couple of things about Aubameyang. His contract runs out. He's got one year left after this season, so Arsenal are not going to want to risk losing Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang for free. So, do I think Liverpool want him? Well, according to 90min.com, Liverpool are indeed interested, along with a host of European clubs. For me, I don't buy it. I don't buy it, ladies and gentlemen. Connor was speaking to Connor about it earlier on, and he said, you know what, he wouldn't mind him on a free transfer for a couple of seasons. But for me, I'd rather we do what Shay said. I'd rather we go down the Timo Werner route. And look, there's no denying Aubameyang is an absolutely wonderful striker. He will get you goals without a shadow of a doubt. And Klopp has worked with him in the past at Dortmund. So yes, there is history there. There is a background, but I can't see it. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, you guys, I'd love to know your comments in the chat about this Aubameyang rumour. Where it came from makes me very doubtful of it as well, but it just doesn't seem like a Klopp transfer, does it? I mean, yes, you can sometimes see you want to bring in an experienced player like that. James Milner being an example, but I don't know. And also, what type of money do you think Aubameyang is going to be worth with a year to go on his deal? Now, it's not like the old days where you ran down your contract a little bit and you get to the final year and your value is almost worthless. These days, we've seen before, people still seem to be paying a lot of money for players even only with 1 year left on the contract. So 70 million, Sam reckons, with a year left, Sam, but 1 year left on his deal. Christ, you've corrected yourself to 40. Good man. Maybe you were like me and you didn't realise originally how short his contract was. It doesn't make sense that Aubameyang rumour, said Shay. Kevin over on Hot Mic, how are you, buddy? Dylan said, I'm expecting one or two of you lads. Nobody really knows about 2 big name signings. Yeah, look, the signings thing, it's exciting and it's something to distract us at this moment in time, isn't it? It's good, and I've got more to get through. I promise we'll talk about Fabian Ruiz as well, but there's loads to get through. So let me get straight to your comments on Aubameyang before we move on. Bernard Sweeney, or Bernard, I'm not sure which way I'm supposed to pronounce that, mate, but Mr. Sweeney said he's too old. That's my initial impression as well, mate. As good as he is, and there's no denying Aubameyang's quality, I just don't see the sense in it. I really don't. Dylan said, I'd like Aubameyang on a free, but not for more than 45 million. Right, now over to YouTube. He guarantees goals, no doubt, said Brian Morrissey. Can't see us being in the race, though. I'm with you. If I was to lay down money, I would... Spain. Spain would be my guess. Actually, on that, while we're talking about it, I know I said this is a coronavirus-free zone, but just a bit of housekeeping as well that I forgot about. Dybala has actually tested positive for the coronavirus. I hope he's in decent health, but I just seen that on Skype before I came on. So just a bit of housekeeping on that one, because I know there was a lot of rumours circulating around him, and obviously with Blaise Matuidi and Rugani having already tested positive, is the third player, I believe, at Juventus. Brian said big wages too with regards to Aubameyang. Ericsson didn't have long left on his contract and went for 20 million. I can only see the same for Aubameyang. Said buy it. Thank you for that, mate. Tom Boland, welcome in, buddy. Said, hey, if Aubameyang wants to join as a squad player and Klopp wants him, I'm in. I love that goal badge, mate, beside your name, Tom. I mean, thank you for being with us for the 3rd month, by the way, as a member. That means a lot to us. Every little bit like that, membership, super chats, it really does help a channel the size of ours move along, mate. But not as much as Hot Mic, which I keep trying to push you guys to. Right, John Hamilton said, especially when you consider Klopp is trying to build and leave the club in a good position for the future. That is something that I absolutely agree with, 100%. I agree with that, mate. He is definitely building for the future. Sometimes it works like that. You just bring in a player and you get a couple of years out of it, maybe. Maybe if you were to bring in Aubameyang on a 2-year contract, something like that. But with the money involved, with the agents' fees involved, with a potential signing on bonus as well for Aubameyang, I just don't see it being a realistic thing or some. It would make more sense to me to go after Werner, because I believe you probably get him on cheaper wages because he's not as far into his career and hasn't proven himself as much as Aubameyang has. But again, I want to be respectful here because Aubameyang is a good player. There's no denying that. I won't ever belittle the guy as a forward. He knows where the goal is for sure. Sorry, I just have to reply to the guys at Hot Mic here. I can't do two things at once. I'm so bad. Okay, done. Sorry, guys. If Klopp wants him, we'd be changing tactics, said Kate. Elijah John 5 said, I prefer Timo Werner. And Pablo said, Craig, have you seen the fact that Liverpool have joined the race to sign... who's that guy? Carnavinga? I have not, mate, but as always, I am willing to be educated, mate, so please do let me know more on this. I love to know transfer rumours. It's I live for this stuff, honestly. I'm a transfer hound. Liam Granby, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, mate, the newest member of the family, newest member of the channel. I hope you enjoy the use of all those cool emojis now. There is more on the way as well. We're thinking of a cabbage emoji, because you know the way I like to call people cabbages. We're thinking of a cabbage emoji. No chance we'd go after both of them, said Brian. As in Werner and Aubameyang. No, I can't see that either, mate. I agree with you. I know we've disagreed on a lot, Brian, over the last few months, but I totally agree with you on this one. Keegan wants Werner and Sancho over on Hot Mic. Chelsea want Aubameyang, said Kevin. I've no doubt that there is going to be many, many suitors looking to sign Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang because he is a very, very good player. John said, I doubt we go for Kane. He's like Aubameyang getting too old. Kane is an interesting one. Now, regular viewers of the channel will know that I've often had this weird feeling that Harry Kane will end up at Manchester United. And it's never been based on anything. Like, it's never been through stories that I've read, or... I just always had it at the back of my mind. He just seemed to me like a player that would end up at Manchester United. And I can't explain why. Okay, Aiden, can you stop this shit, mate? Just over on Hot Mic. You're going to be removed if you mention it one more time. I have no fucking thoughts on him, mate, because he's irrelevant and he's a scumbag piece of shit. So other than that, I've got nothing to say about him. Benjamin said, would I be happy if Liverpool had a quiet summer? No, not at all, mate. No. Usually I would say, I'll wait and see how things go, but no is the answer, mate. Not at all. If he... we need some players, mate. There's nothing on. I actually spoke about this with Boya. I was on Boya's channel earlier on, and if you haven't checked out Leicester City FC Boya or LCFC Boya, please do go over and check out his channel. That video is going out tomorrow. It's 6 o'clock, I believe. And we spoke about what Liverpool need, and for me, we'll get to the attacking midfielder thing later on as well, but we definitely need another forward. I think we're all probably in agreement on that one. What's this? Carnavinga has been likened, said Brian, to Yaya Toure, a young French player. I never like these comparisons, mate. I mean, Bruno Chery was the new Zinedine Zidane. Do you remember when we signed him? Pablo said he's been sensational for Ron, but exceptional to the defensive midfield to replace Firmino in the future. Callum Fell said, I'd rather sign Werner and Jack Grealish than Aubameyang, and I think they have way more potential at the club. I wouldn't disagree with you, Callum. I mean, I can't see us going after Grealish, but he is a very, very good footballer who was made to step up to the Premier League and has proven himself. So yeah, I've no argument about the quality. I just think our attacking midfield options or priorities may lie elsewhere, and that is something that I'll get to a little bit later on. Aiden, it's okay, mate. No worries whatsoever. I know you're having a bit of banter, buddy, over on Hot Mic there. It's just, that topic, that one thing, mate. I think you understand where I'm coming from. I'm a bit surprised that no young ones have had a run. You normally get one. Yeah, I mean, probably the closest, Bernard, is Curtis Jones. And Curtis Jones will probably lead me nicely into the little chat around the attacking midfielder position. Curtis Jones, anything I say about Liverpool needing an attacking midfielder has to be caveated massively. Is caveated even a phrase? I don't know, caveat. Anyway, has to be caveated, I'm going with it at this point, massively with the fact that Curtis Jones has most people's full support. Now, I've seen one or two say that they don't think Curtis Jones is going to cut the mustard, but for me, I have every faith in that young man. But, that being said, I also don't want him to feel too much pressure too soon in his Liverpool career to come in and perform. Of course, we have Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain there, we have Naby Keita there, and from reading the Echo and stuff like that, it seems that there is no appetite from Jurgen Klopp or Liverpool to sell Naby Keita at this time. There was some talk in the media that perhaps Naby Keita would be used in a make-weight for a Timo Werner, but it's against Leipzig's policy. They usually play 24 or under that they're looking to get in. His wages might be a little bit too much, and of course the transfer fee that we paid Leipzig, they probably wouldn't give us back either. So add to that the fact that I don't want to sell Naby Keita either. I really like Naby Keita. I do think that there is scope for a creative midfielder, and I had a long, hard think about this, and I'm going to get some suggestions from you guys in the chat before. I don't like to influence with what I have to say, so I will have some suggestions in a second. But what attacking midfield options do you guys want to see, or would you like to see Liverpool interested in this summer? Brian said it was a very unfortunate comparison for Bruno. Houllier said it. I can't remember who said it, mate. I genuinely can't. Havertz for attacking midfielder, said Pablo. He is, yeah, you've got one of them, mate. One of the people that I was thinking about for sure. Good shout, that. What have we got? Man with the plan is in the house as well. Welcome, buddy. Bryant Jones has to replace Lallana and or Milner. True, good shout. Adam Lallana is definitely off. His contract is up. Well, at the end of the season. I keep saying at the end of the season, but as things stand, his contract is up on June the 30th. So yeah, it's a good shout. Milner, well, we've got Jimmy Milner signed a new deal, so he's going to be around, which is great. I love James Milner, and he is as fit and as dedicated as they come. We do have Takumi Minamino, who was already brought in. He's more of being used actually to the middle more by Jurgen Klopp when he's played in the few games that he has played, which surprised me. What have we got? What would be my perfect transfer window? Excuse me. Yeah, I'll get to that in a sec, Shay. I'll tie up the attacking midfielder thing, and then I'll go through what I think I would like to see maybe Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool doing. Again, ladies and gentlemen, it is lovely to have you with us. If you do enjoy the streams, please do hit that subscribe button over on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up as well. But again, most importantly, if you want to help out the channel without having to put your hand in your pocket and make sure that we exist into next season, please do download that Hot Mic app and put in the code that you can see on the screen there, Anfield Agenda, all capital letters, all one word, no spaces. Boom. Limo said, "You all good, Craig, mate? Did I see that Jurgen come out and saying that he's happy with his midfield options? There's no reasons in midfield this summer unless a big player leaves." We do have a lot of midfielders. There is no denying that, Liam, but I do think we're lacking, outside of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, I think we're lacking something that I hope Naby could step up and do, but I'm expecting 2 or 3 pieces of business done this summer, and then maybe, as people have pointed out, it depends who leaves after that as to who we might bring in. We need to unleash James Milner on the, we're not saying it, on the unmentionable, shall we say, Brian. It wouldn't stand a chance. Right, as I said, I've been thinking about the attacking midfielder position, and I haven't mentioned it really much because of my faith in Naby Keita, but it got me to thinking earlier on, we're being linked with a lot of them. There's a lot of newspaper articles and stuff linking us to an attacking mid, so I got to thinking there must be something to this. There must be some truth to this. So I was thinking about the 2 players that I'd like us to go after, and one of them was mentioned earlier on. It was Kai Havertz, of course, of Bayer Leverkusen, somebody who it originally was believed was most likely to end up at Bayern Munich, probably looking at about €100 million, which is around 77-80 million pounds, something like that, depending on the exchange rate. But the other player is somebody who I started to watch a lot more over the last few months, and somebody whose name I absolutely hate to pronounce, and that is is it Uwar? You know what I'm talking about. I just can't pronounce his name. Hassan Uwar, I think that's the gentleman's name, is it? Again, or Houssem Uwar, I can't pronounce his name. A-O-R, him, the young guy, the 21-year-old fella, I believe he's from Lyon. I think he is absolutely wonderful. I really do think he's an exceptionally talented footballer. And both young players, so kind of both fit into the kind of age bracket that we'd be used to seeing Klopp go after. Both excelling in what they do. Awar, yeah, I just can't say it. I just can't say his name. Houssem, let's just say that. I'd love to see either of those 2 at the club. They would be my top 2 priorities if we were to go out into the window. The reason that I'm not saying the likes of Maddison and Grealish is because I don't like having to pay what I would consider over the odds just because they're English. I don't like that. Yes, you can have the argument that they've proven themselves in the Premier League. I get it. but I'd still rather we went out and got players who I think are a little bit slicker, have maybe a higher potential, and in Uar and Kai Havertz, they were two players that I'd absolutely love. One of them anyway. I don't fully expect just to go out and get to Uar. So loads of people telling me how to pronounce it. Thank you. You guys know I'm terrible at this shit. Shay said Uar. Oh, I can't even say it without laughing. He's an absolute baller. He'd be class. Sounds like something from a Benny Hill Carry On film, said John Hamilton. I just keep thinking of Ambrosia, and I just feel like I'm a farmer from Cornwall or something when I'm saying the name. Aidan said he had great potential, but City are also interested. Yet Pep Guardiola was very fulsome in his praise of Uar after Manchester City played them. So yeah, I believe they are looking at him as well. I see we got one more sign up on Hot Mic. Thank you. We're only 2 away now from 1300, ladies and gents. I don't know how many of you are watching on YouTube, but if you want to watch over, get a new experience and get a feel for this Hot Mic app, you know what to do. Could have won the league today. No point in thinking about what could have been, mate. We will win the league. We will win it soon. Does he play in a farmers league, said John Cable. I would never disrespect the French league or any league, mate, by using that phrase. It's not like the highest standard of league in Europe, but there's still some very good football played in it. Okay, more comments to get through. Doug, how are you, mate? The Dugout Football Channel. Great to see you in the chat as well. Use Minamino as a central attacking midfielder and sign Werner, maybe, said Baye. You could do. There's also been a lot of shouts as well that if we were to go out there and bring in like a Timo Werner or something, maybe drop Firmino a little bit deeper into the hole to play in behind, because he would be capable of it, let's be honest. Mightn't be his best position, but he could definitely play in the hole behind the front three. Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult because I agree with Klopp. When you're at the level that we're at, when you've got the calibre of footballers that we currently have at the club, it's difficult to convince players that, one, they will have to bide their time perhaps, they'll have to prove themselves. But any player that does come, you can be assured that, one, they've been vetted massively, that they've got the right mentality to come into this football club, because it is a winning mentality right now at Liverpool. And somebody like Werner, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to be heartbroken if we don't sign Timo Werner. I'm just going to put my cards on the table. I think he is a must. I just can't see any better options. He just seems like a Jurgen Klopp player. He seems like somebody who would eventually fit into our system seamlessly. Now I say eventually because Jurgen Klopp likes to get players up to his level of fitness and likes to get people fully, I won't say implemented in his tactics, but fully up to speed on the little tactical tweaks that Liverpool like to use. Neil Anthony said the Telegraph reporting that the season will be looking to restart on the 1st of June. Kind of goes in a little bit, Neil, to what I was saying earlier on, towards the 2nd or 3rd week of May. So again, not too much in the way of a difference there. And look, we'll all be delighted whenever football does get back, won't we? We really are. A little bit lost right now. Even match of the day, I think tonight are doing a retro match of the day, and I think Monday Night Football on Monday as well, they're going to look back at, I think it's Liverpool-Everton. I think it is that they're looking back at. Either way, it's a game Liverpool lost, I think. So they're looking back on that on Monday Night Football as well. We're all struggling. But I wanted to ask you guys a question. Will we do a watch along of an old game? That's what I wanted to know. We spoke about it the other night as well, but I want to get more input on this one. Would you guys like us to do a watch along of an old game where, let's say, we all stream it from YouTube at the same time, and then we come on and, I don't know, we have our chat? What do you guys think? Would that be something you'd be up for? Imagine the through balls hitting Werner's pace, said Keegan. Yes, mate, I can absolutely imagine it. Is my family okay? Yes, thankfully, buddy, they are. Really appreciate you asking, but yeah, they are. They're all good, thank you. Bernard said, I have to say this channel is by far the best out there. That's very kind of you, mate. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Harry, how are you, mate? Harry Graham over on YouTube said, I think the ideal transfer window will be if we got a young backup fullback, maybe Davies from Bayern and Werner. Is that Alphonso Davies? Is that the young guy from Canada? Am I thinking of the same guy here, Harry? He has pace to burn, mate. There's no doubt about that. Good shout. That is a very good shout, actually. And I've seen a lot of people singing his praises over recent months. Loads of love for Istanbul in the watch-along. That's the one we were thinking of to start off with. I mean, there is no better one to kick off with than Istanbul, is there? I mean, there's probably a lot of our younger viewers who didn't get to live that moment of Istanbul. So, whilst I'm sure they're aware of it, it would be nice to go through that game. So yeah, thank you. If you are happy that is the one that we'll go with as well, then let me just work with Connor and the guys at Hot Mic, and we'll get that scheduled up, and we'll make sure to give you guys plenty of notice on it as well. Ben, I'm good, thank you, mate. How are you? Liam Granby said, Timo Werner is more likely for the summer, Craig. Do you think us selling Adrian and bringing in a better option, or would you keep him for another year? I think he's going in the summer, Liam, and this is before the mistake that he made. If you watch back on streams, I'd said that he'd been strongly linked with a return to Real Betis, and Liverpool have been very strongly linked to Kikir from Trabzonspor. But as I keep saying to you guys, the reports coming out of Turkey are often mixed. 1 minute we're very likely to sign him, the next minute we're put off by a rumoured 30 million price tag. The truth is, I don't know, but the truth is that I do think Liverpool need to go out there and bring in somebody else as a backup keeper. I don't think Queevy Kelleher is ready just yet. I think he's going to go on loan next season from what I've read. But any other shouts on backup goalkeepers, I mean, be realistic about it. We're not going out and getting Jan Oblak to come in as backup. John said, yep, any football is worth watching. Nice one, thank you, mate. Opinions on Saka as a Robbo understudy, said, buy it, love him. And again, somebody who's running down his contract at Arsenal, mate. I think 18 months left to go there, maybe even less. You know, he's this season and one more left to go in his contract, I believe. So yeah, I'd be all over that as well, mate. That's another good shout, and somebody who started to show his true development. I believe from talking to Lee Gunner the other night that he's more of a winger, but we've seen that in Trent as well. And our fullbacks basically play as auxiliary wingers, don't they really? So good shout that, mate. And yes, Saka is definitely somebody I wouldn't mind. A lot of people in the chat saying RIP to the late great Kenny Rogers. Yes, unfortunately he did pass away, and nothing but love. I mean, legend. No other word to use it, Mike. I'm a country fan as well, so yeah, absolutely. It's terrible news to hear, but he has left a lasting legacy and impression on us all, hasn't he? So rest in peace, Kenny Rogers, for sure. What have we got? Andrew said, I've been watching LFC TV to get my fix of Liverpool. I like it, mate. Ella's in the chat over on Hot Mic as well. Ella, how are you, my friend? How are things at Dublin Airport? I know it's been a tough time for everybody on the front lines like yourself, and you were telling me the other day that you were running low on a few necessities for what you're doing with hand sanitizer and stuff like that. Hopefully that's been topped up. Subi is now over on Hot Mic as well. Brilliant. As you can see, ladies and gents, more people are starting to use the Hot Mic app, and when they use it, they're going to keep using it, because I'm not preaching this for any reason other than it is fucking brilliant. It is a class piece of kit, and it is where I see the future of fan commentary and fan broadcasting. More and more people are starting to come on there. If you haven't used it before, you're going to see the likes of the Anfield Rap on there. You're going to see ourselves on there. Redmen are on there. I don't think they're doing too much stuff at the minute, but I think they plan to ramp that up in the near future, or next season at least. You've also got the Football Terrace on there. Lee Chappie is on there. And if you're a fan of more than just football, there are people on there that cover political debates. There are people on there that cover television shows. I've actually seen people do watch-alongs of The Bachelor. So Hot Mic has got you covered for everything, ladies and gentlemen. And it is really, really class and free. Free. Did I say it's free? I forgot to mention, it's free. Put in the code Anfield Agenda when you download it, ladies and gents. Dugout said, I heard a rumour about Ben White from Brighton, who was on loan at Leeds, Craig, meant to be very good. Somebody mentioned him to me, and I'm not going to lie to you and say that I've watched him play or that I know anything about him, Doug. But yeah, I have heard his name mentioned and passed in conversation. Ella said, we're still open, taking 5 holiday days, so won't be in as much, extremely quiet now. Well, I hope that you get a chance to unwind, Ella, a little bit and relax as much as you can, my friend. I had the pleasure of meeting Ella once with Connor when we were passing through the airport, and she was lovely, just as I expected her to be, because she's a lovely person on here as well. Owen and Heskey or Cole in York. Look, I'm as biased a Liverpool fan as they come, mate, and I was only talking to Boya about Emile Heskey earlier on, and that I think he doesn't get the love he deserves, actually, Heskey, from... He was a better player than I think a lot of people give him credit for, but Cole and York were they're phenomenal, mate. I'd have to say Cole and York, as much as it kills me to do that. Can you do public call-ins? Yes, Reza, we can, and I was talking to Connor about that earlier on. Something that we do have the technology to be able to do. You're just a little bit sketchy at times, you know. You just don't want people coming in going, you were nonce. But, you know, maybe that'd be fun. I don't know. Boya is in the chat. Anthony, how are you, sir? I was just letting people know that I was doing some stuff with you earlier on today for your channel, and hopefully that is going to be out tomorrow evening. So make sure you go over, click on Anthony's account there, LCFC Boya. Give him a follow as well, or subscribe, I should say, on YouTube. Sam, I will stay safe, mate, and same to you. Scotty, I know, mate, I'm well aware of what happened, and I'm well aware that the video has been uploaded, but and no problem, by the way, with Terry uploading that video. It was part of his stream. He's fully entitled to put up the video, but I don't want to talk about the other gentleman in that, because quite frankly, he's not worth my time. He doesn't deserve my fucking time. He doesn't deserve to be spoken about. So just leave it be and let him be his mouthy self on social media, and I'll just carry on with what I'm doing. Liam said, I can also see Kylian Hoover going out on loan in the summer and young Williams as Trent's backup. Neko Williams, who Limo was talking about there, you guys have seen him. He burst onto the scene this year with a couple of really impressive performances. Kylian Hoover is interesting. We do have Sepp Vandenberg as well, of course, coming through. Yeah, they're developing. This could be a big summer, or this could be a big pre-season for both of those guys. So it'll be interesting to see how they progress, because sometimes you get a promising start and things trickle off a little bit, but again, you got to remember these are really, really young players. Sorry, I was reading a comment there, somebody telling somebody to fuck off on hot mic. I just didn't know what it was for a second. Oh, sorry, yeah, duh, I'm a dope. Yeah, I'll say one thing, and one thing only, about the stream last night on Football Terrace. Firstly, Terry was great. It was lovely to have a chat with him. I enjoyed interacting with him. But once I heard Heysel mentioned by the other, I would say gentleman, but I think that's too nice of a word, by the other fella, I couldn't sit back. I wouldn't respect myself as a Liverpool fan if I did not stand up for our club when a cheap shot like that was being taken. And that's all I really have to say in it, because I don't talk about people badly behind their back. It's not what I do. You guys watch the channel like this. It's not what I'm about. I'm about love. I'm about spreading positivity. I'm about bigging people up. So again, thank you to Terry for having me on. We'll probably have Terry on here, as you guys know as well. Myself and Terry had previous, but we worked it out. I mean, during times like this, you've got to reach out, extend olive branches. And I thoroughly enjoyed going on there, and I hope to have him on soon. And Lee Gunner as well, probably be back on. And Boya is going to come on for a chat next week as well. So loads more guests coming, and no doubt Cash will pop in for a chat as well. Limo said, loving the stickers, Craig. Thank you. It's weird seeing my bald head as an emoji, Limo. It really is. Keegan said it was clear he wasn't there to have a conversation. I don't know, mate, to be honest. He's not relevant to me, so I don't really care. Without being rude to you, buddy. Sorry, that wasn't aimed at you. Do you think Liverpool should have Ruben Neves, said Sam? The Neves one is one that people just won't let go of, isn't it? I mean, there is no doubt. I think right back to when Rodgers was even our manager, we were looking at Ruben Neves. And it's important to point out as well that Pep Lijnders worked for 7 years, I believe, helping developing Ruben Neves at Porto. But I don't think he's going to leave Wolves anytime soon. There's a strong Portuguese contingent at Wolves. Ruben Neves is playing really well there, and I just don't see the need for him to move on yet. There's still plenty of time in his career. Jimenez will be the one I see most likely as maybe leaving Wolves this summer. He's been linked to move back to Atletico Madrid, I think was the latest one that I'd seen. Liam said, seen that on Twitter, mate, and thought you handled it brilliantly. I thank you. Thank you is all I'll say there, mate. Keegan said, love your work, Craig. Thank you, buddy. Really appreciate that. Absolute gent. I'm still finding it weird, by the way, that people compliment us. I'm not used to compliments, ladies and gents, so thank you. Joanne said, really, really like Heskey, nice bloke. Underrated, Joanne. I think he was underrated at the club. Okay, do I think Liverpool have Ruben Neves? I've done that one. Many more comments to get through. Sorry, I'm just going to read through. There's a few bits and pieces that I haven't gone through yet as well. Some more transfer gossip. We'll get to Fabian Ruiz in a few minutes, so please do remind me about that one. But there's some little bit of news with regard to potential Liverpool players extending their contracts. So there's been a report that suggests that Virgil van Dijk and Alisson Becker are close to agreeing new long-term deals at the club. if it's true, then it's surely just to reward them from a financial perspective, because of their impact and the performances that they've put in so far at Liverpool. They've both been outstanding. But what makes me unsure of it is that both of them have 3 and 4 years remaining on their deals respectively, so there's no massive rush. But what we've always said about Liverpool is they are an incentive-based club, and if you come in and perform, you will be rewarded financially. So maybe it is time to relook at both the contracts and give them a pay rise, and while we're at it, sign them on for a longer period. Because let's be honest, we all want Virgil van Dijk to see out his career at Liverpool, and we all absolutely idolise Alisson Becker. So you're not going to get any argument from me about the potential of those two gents extending their deals. There also seems to be a little bit of light at the end of the Gini Wijnaldum tunnel as well. A lot of feeling, shall we say, across social media and across the media that Gini Wijnaldum could as well be close to extending his contract at Liverpool Football Club, which is a no-brainer for me again. Gini Wijnaldum is a fantastic person to have around. I imagine he's amazing in the dressing room, as well as being the most versatile midfielder I think that we have at the club, maybe alongside Jordan Henderson. Craig, when will Genie sign a new contract? It just went through that, Scotty, but you probably put that in, mate, before I got a chance to say. Sam said, keep up the good work, Craig. You're a legend, mate. I'm the same as everybody else, Sam. I appreciate the kind words, mate, but as we always say, we're just fans. We're nothing special. We don't think that our shit doesn't stink. We don't take ourselves too seriously. We just come on, and I enjoy the interaction, and I love chatting with Liverpool fans from all around the world. And of course, some people come in like Boyas that aren't Liverpool fans and add to the environment that we've built on here. One thing that I've noticed from starting to watch a little bit more YouTube, because I'm not somebody who watches a lot of stuff on YouTube, but I've started to keep an eye on chats a lot more lately, because I know how hard Brian and John and Dave and Tom and the rest of our moderators work at keeping our chat a fun, friendly place. I want to commend you guys on that and say thank you once again for all of your hard work, for your love and kindness and caring towards each other, because we talk about community a lot. We started this channel because I felt that there were Liverpool fans around the world that felt a little bit disenfranchised, a little bit removed from the club, or a little bit unloved, shall we say, and I just wanted to reach out to them and let them know that it doesn't matter what part of the world you're in, doesn't matter how many times you've been to Anfield. If you've never been to Anfield, once you catch the Liverpool bug, you catch it. It's there for life. And it doesn't matter to me, as long as you're pulling in the right direction with us and you love this football club, I will welcome you, as will our chat, with open arms. So I want to say thank you again to all of you for your lovely comments, for the way you address each other, and for the way you look out for each other, especially during times like we're going through now. That is important to keep that morale up and to keep that camaraderie and sense of community spirit. So again, thank you to all of you. Do the Heskey DJ celebration. I think that was it. I can't remember. It's been so long, mate. It's been so long. Shelby or Lallana, please don't do this to me again, mate, where we go this or this, this or this. Lallana's a better footballer than Shelby. And Lallana had a time at Liverpool where he was so important to what we did. When Klopp first came in, he was vital. Himself and Bobby Firmino were so important to our pressing game. Their work rate inspired other people around them. Andrew Childerhose over on Hot Mike said, give Verge a blank check. No arguments for me, mate. Just you slide it across to his agent and just say, write down what you want, mate. Just write down the number. Subi said that Gini Wijnaldum is Mr. Consistent. He is, mate. Absolutely. Again, we're only 2 followers away on Hot Mic, ladies and gents. Please get over there. It's old school, Brian said. 58 in the chat. That is quiet, isn't it? That is quiet. I wonder if notifications aren't going out or something, but that is really, really quiet. Maybe YouTube is on its arse. I don't know. Hopefully people got their notifications anyway. But hey, as Brian said, it's old school, so why not? The more of us, the merrier. John Hamilton said, can we get paid now then? I'll take a packet of wine gums. Yeah, you're only getting the Tesco wine gums for me though, John. No Maynard's wine gums, mate. I'm not posh. You're getting the cheap Tesco wine gums, mate. That'll have to do you. Shay said in the 16-17 season, Adam Lallana was absolutely class. Do I think the league will be back, said Sam. Yes, I do, mate. I mean, probably middle of May, as we touched on, maybe June, start of June. But again, none of us really know how things are going to, as I heard. Again, that is something that Anthony and myself talked about on his stream, so do check that out tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe and turn your notifications on for him as well. I think, Anthony, am I right in saying that's supposed to go out around 6 tomorrow, mate? Something like that? Yibber, how are you, buddy? Lovely to see you in. Thank you for joining. Great to have you with us. Dylan said he never got a YouTube notification. You've no idea how frustrating it is for us YouTubers. And even saying that word is weird. When people don't get notifications, when you've clicked that little bell and you've signed up for notifications, we hope that you get them, but we have no control over it from our end. And it is really frustrating. Yeah, just make sure if you are subscribed, by the way, hit that notification bell as well. And if you want to sign up to become a member, like Joanne, like Boya, like Tom, like so many other people in the chat, like Limo, like Ella, make sure to hit that join button as well, ladies and gents. It's only 99p for a regular membership and $4.99 for our Ultras membership. I have Mr. Crosby working hard on trying to design some merch as well, because I want us to drop some merch, quite frankly. Why not? WFM all the way. Fredo's all around, said Dave Sweeney. I love it, mate. Yes, it is tough times right now with the Anfield Agenda Corp. There is no fucking Corp, but yeah, it's tough times. YouTube views are down, ad revenue is down, super chats are down, everything is down. So like everybody else, we're struggling to just keep going, keep moving along, but nothing's going to stop me streaming on here, ladies and gents. Nothing's going to keep me from coming on here and having a chat with you guys. So again, if you want to help us out, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, check out the Hot Mic app, download it, yada yada yada. You've heard me say it a million times. I do miss your off tunes. Off tune? How dare you, Alara? How dare you? I bought myself an auto tuner, Alara, so it goes through that into the microphone, so it just sounds pitch perfect. Yeah, I miss having something to sing about, Alara, as well. And I miss being able to vent at the television when Liverpool are playing. It does keep me sane from time to time. Where did I get my throne? And I love that you've called it that, mate. It comes from a wonderful company called Serendipity Furniture, Stevie. They are on Facebook, they're on Twitter, they're on Instagram. Serendipity Furniture is a family-run business run by two wonderful people called Paul and Beth, and they make all type of bespoke custom chairs, mate. This one is a thing of beauty. I mean, seeing it on the screen probably doesn't do it justice, but it really is class. It really is. I love it. It also has the Liverbird and my surname embroidered onto it, and that is something that they do with all of their chairs. They do free embroidering and stuff like that. I think it's free anyway. I assume that the embroidering part was free. I don't know. And John has put a link into Serendipity's Facebook page. John, you're a legend, mate. Thank you. Right. Bob says, 3 most underappreciated Liverpool legends. Hippier, no argument, love him. Keegan and Ronnie Whelan. None of them got the recognition as 3 of the best Liverpool players in the post-Shankly era. Good shout. Very good shout, Bob, and 3 outstanding players. Big Sammy Hippier. What a signing. And dirt cheap as well. If my memory serves me correct, it was either 500 grand or 750 grand or something along those lines, but ridiculously cheap. Scotty said, are you going on Hot Mic for an extra 30 minutes today? No, because usually we do that, and obviously we do that to try and get people over to Hot Mic to give it a try, but I'm going to just try and give people the benefit of the doubt and hope that you download that app and put the code in to help us out. I don't want to start having to cut the streams and do an extra bonus at half hour over on Hot Mic, because I know that then isolates other people on YouTube who don't want to come over. So no, what we're going to do tonight is we're going to keep going right through, and we're going to go through for another 40 minutes or so on both platforms. Thoughts on Whelan's goal against Russia? I was only watching the boys in green, Stevie, the other day. And Ronnie said he shinned it a little bit, but what a goal that was. I don't care if he shinned it. It was fantastic. And I have the second part of that documentary to watch actually later on. I'm looking forward to it. Right, let me look at my notes. The Nike kit deal, remind me to talk about that a little bit later. There's not too much really on it, but there is something that I meant to mention. Again, just quickly reading through my notes. Fabian Ruiz. Yeah, let's move on to Fabian Ruiz. I'm sure you guys know who Fabian Ruiz is. If you don't, he is a player from Napoli and somebody who we've kind of been linking for a while. And as Brian mentioned earlier on, somebody who was most likely going to leave Napoli this summer. Fabian Ruiz is also believed to be being monitored by Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, and probably many, many other European clubs. Again, we're talking about an attacking midfielder here. Wouldn't be in my top 2 list that I touched on earlier on. They'd be Kai Havertz and Uar. Again, can't say it. They'd be my top 2 anyway. But yeah, Fabian Ruiz, ladies and gentlemen. What are your thoughts? Have you watched much of him? Would you like to see him? Connor said, Jesus, it's quiet in here tonight. Isn't it? It is, mate. It's really, really quiet. Really quiet, Connor. But that's alright. It's okay. We can have quiet streams. It's Saturday night. People could be relaxing, sitting at home, watching TV, chilling out with their family, watching a movie. I hope they watch it back later on. I hope they enjoy it. But yeah, it is quite quiet. What have we got? Craig is only 38 way before his time. Yeah, I'm defo 30. Why, who said I was older? Somebody said I was older than that? Hippie was 2 million, was he? Sorry, I was way off then. You know I have a memory like a goldfish. Can I get a whoop whoop? Say Keegan. Of course you can, mate. Always. Andrew said, games being played behind closed doors. I don't know. Andrew. I would, if I was, guess, I would probably say yes. But even at that, there's still going to have to be a TV production crew there. Both sets of teams are going to have to be there. Probably some policing. There would have to be an ambulance there, as there is at every Premier League game, and medics as well. So I think we have to take that into consideration when we think about the league starting back, mate. Joanne said, money for the mods, pour some sugar on me in the name of love. Thank you, Joanne. I was listening to that song earlier on, actually. I'm not going to sing it, don't worry, but thank you for the super chat, Joanne. That's very kind of you. It's a great documentary, said Stevie, with regards to the boys in green. It is. I mean, sorry, it's a very Irish thing to talk about at the moment, but it is. It's very great. It's great reminiscing about Italia 90, mate. And Packie Bonner save. Tomofte against Bonner. Oh, beautiful. Packie Bonner. What a man. Who's my favourite Liverpool player? Asks Sam. Bobby Firmino. Yours is Divock Origi. That is class. Or Divock of Anfield, Sam, as we like to call him. Yeah, Firmino for me. Love Bobby. Red Hulk, I'm very proud of how you held yourself on that stream yesterday. Keep up the good work. Thank you, buddy. I mean, God, mate, you've been around a very, very long time on our channel, Red Hulk, and I do appreciate it. But as I said, I was just me yesterday. I'm a quiet person by nature. I'm a reserved person by nature in that I'm respectful of other people's environments, and for me to have spoken up like that, it took a lot. I mean, on my own channel, it's different. It is me. It is I shout and rant at the TV, I curse, and I do all this stuff. But if I go onto somebody else's channel, I try to be respectful. But I was triggered a little bit by his ridiculous fucking comment. But hey, it is what it is. He is who he is, and yeah, I hope the clip speaks for itself. From what I gather, most people are fairly supportive of my points of view regarding that particular scenario, shall we say. Subi said his favourite Liverpool player is Alisson because he inspires you. He's a keeper. Nice one, mate. I was a keeper when I was younger as well, so I'm glad to see that you're a keeper as well and being inspired by Alisson Becker. What a man. What else is there? What did he say? Watch the clip, Stevie. I'm not going to go back through it, mate. Go over to the football terrace. I think he's put a clip of it up. Watch it for yourself. Make up your own mind. Kev's in the house. How are we, Kev? Evening all, hope you're well. I've been upgraded to a key worker, so I've been really busy uploading the ships to get medical supplies in the toilet rolls. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, why would you know? Kev works as a crane operator at the port, so again, really important job for Kev, and mate, well done, and thank you for being out there on the front line, making sure that important vital services and materials get to those that need it, Kev, and to everybody else, whether you're a nurse, a teacher, whatever you are right now. If you're out in the front lines, if you're a checkout operator, fucking heroes, each and every one of you. So well done. Harry said, I watched the video and I have to say that guy completely lost. I'm not even going to say his name because I don't even want to give him that recognition. Completely lost it. He was taking a dig for no reason. Also, he said after he left that Leno has been the best goalkeeper this season in the league. Yeah, of course he has, mate. That's another... Add that to the list of ridiculous things that he said. Leno has been inconsistent, but has pulled out some wonderful saves at times, but nowhere near the best goalkeeper in the league. So ridiculous comment again. That's my opinion. Will I ever go on the kickoff? If I'm ever asked, yes, of course. I'd love to go on and have a chat with Brian True Geordie. Yeah, definitely, mate. No doubt about it. And we did, when we were at an event in London at the start of the year, we actually had a chat with Lawrence from the other half of True Geordie's set up, the other vital cog in True Geordie's wheel, and Lawrence was a lovely fella, and we had a chat with him, and yeah, but I don't know, I'll have to wait to be asked. If I'm asked, of course I'll go on. Why wouldn't I? I mean, True Geordie is an inspiration to all of us YouTubers from a football perspective, and from what he does, of course, but yeah, if I'm asked I'll go on for sure. Bob's favourite two players are Alisson and Keita. Nice one. Well in, mate. Love the Naby Keita love, Bob. Bonus points. Kev said his favourite player in the Liverpool squad right now is Alisson. Loads of love for Alisson in the chat. That is great to see. Again, don't forget, ladies and gents, that Alisson has been rumoured, along with Virgil van Dijk, to be negotiating improved deals at the club as things stand. Boya said, I rate Leno highly. Doesn't help he has Luis and Mustafi in front of him, but he just says it to be controversial. Meh. Am I getting Mark Goldbridge on? I'm not sure if Connor's reached out to him. Yeah, I'm not sure if Connor's reached out to him or not. We've reached out to a lot of people to to have a chat. Mark's extremely busy. I think he's moved into a new studio as well, which congratulations to him on that one. But Mr. Goldbridge is always welcome on our channel, mate. You guys know that. Bernard said Trent for him. This is his favourite player. And Connor just wants to check that people in the stream, if the stream's in the sub box, did they get notifications? I think a lot of people, mate, said no, they didn't get notifications. Again, yeah, it's frustrating. It's frustrating when it doesn't happen. What we notice is that even though people don't get notifications, they do go and watch it back later on. So if you are watching this later on playback, thank you for your support as always. And download the Hot Mic app, put in the code Anfield Agenda. I wish I could find out, all you guys that are watching right now, just take 2 seconds, download that app. You are helping us out from a monetary perspective. You're helping the channel move on and exist without having to put your hand in your pocket. So if you want to show us some love, do download that app and put in the code. Leon got a notification. That's good news. Well in. Will the closed doors games be shown on the telly? Said Pranav. Yes. Those that are, I believe, scheduled to be broadcast on the television, or you'll probably get Sky, BT, and that will probably do an alternative, what's the phrase I'm looking for? Schedule of games. But yes, most of them, or the big ones anyway, will definitely be on TV if it goes behind closed doors, I'm sure. Because they, Sky and BT and likes have paid so much money to broadcast those games, mate, that yeah, I can't imagine a scenario that they wouldn't. Connor just said fuck YouTube. There you go. It is frustrating, to be fair. It is frustrating that those notifications don't get out. But Mr. Sweeney got a notification. Boom, well in. Stevie G said I made 3 accounts on Hot Mic and put in Anfield Agenda just to get you money. You're a legend, mate. An absolute fucking legend. Well in. It does, yeah, it helps us out. I don't want to give out numbers, but you just downloading that app and putting in the code and giving us a follow, it helps, trust me. Boy, I said, still interested to see what happens if you have tickets to the game but played behind closed doors. There was talk, Anthony, originally that, this is strange by the way, but bear with me. There was talk that season ticket holders and those who have purchased tickets to the games would be able to get a live feed or something like that of the games. I don't understand, mate, how that could potentially work. And this was something that was spoken about before the ban came into place, before football shut down. So, again, I think we're all kind of learning, mate, and this situation is evolving. So, from my perspective, I was supposed to go over to the Villa game on the 12th of April. And, of course, that's now been postponed. Hotels, cancelled games, booked hotels, booked travel and stuff. And you can't factor in these type of circumstances. It is an extreme situation, to say the least. Tom said YouTube getting scared that Craig and Connor are taking over. Damn right, Tom. I said from day one, buddy, to quote Mr. McGregor, we ain't here to take part, motherfuckers. We're here to take over. And I mean that. We are here for the long term to build up a community of Liverpool fans that are going to be something special. And I hope that you stick with us, because it's going to be an interesting journey. What else we had? I've had nothing to talk about the taxi driver since there's been no footy, said Ryan. True, they do love to talk about that, mate. Being a former taxi driver myself, I absolutely get it. Ella said, Craig, you should get yourself to be able to get a refund for the flight or change it in contact with your airline. Just waiting to get the absolute confirmation. It's Ryanair, Ella, so waiting to get the absolute confirmation that that flight has been cancelled. But either way, I can't go because, I can't leave, so why would I? But yeah, look, it is what it is. Actually, I want to take a second to give a shout out. It's very rare I do it, but I want to say a massive thank you and a massive shout out to TUI. TUI are a travel company. I think they used to be called Thompson in the UK. You guys probably know them. We had a family holiday booked to Turkey to go in June, in the 12th of June or thereabouts. And we noticed on the TUI app the other day that they had a message. So if anybody has a holiday booked with TUI that is supposed to be going out up to, I think, and including the 30th of June, check out the website or the app, because they have this fantastic thing where they're allowing you to change your holiday or amend it up to 6 months down the line to help you out, because they know that you might be able to travel, by the way, between now and June the 30th, but they're allowing you to change your holiday and book for down the line. So I want to thank them for the ease at which that was done. I want to thank them for their help as well, because they were very nice and helpful to my wife on the phone, and we've managed to move our family holiday from Turkey in June to the Dominican Republic in November. So we went with November because we're hoping, fingers crossed, we'll get back to some normality by then. Pranav said, love your channel, keeps me going in these hard times. I appreciate that, Pranav, and you guys as well, keep me sane. I really look forward to coming on here, and we've moved it a little bit earlier to 9 o'clock to just kind of try and, you know, give people something to do in the evenings. What's my weirdest taxi story? So when the Ryder Cup was in Ireland, I used to work in South Dublin as a taxi driver. The taxi company that I rented a radio from was based in an area that's called Sandyford. So the Ryder Cup was on. There was loads of tourists in Ireland, and I got a call up to Johnny Fox's pub, which is a pub it's a very famous pub in South Dublin. So I got a call to that pub, and I went out there and it said pick up for the airport. So I thought, nice one. Probably get about 40-45 quid out of an airport run from Johnny Fox's. So I got the three gentlemen in the car. They were three American guys who had been over for the Ryder Cup. And they said airport. So I'm driving along the motorway. And it's important to point out that there's one kind of direct motorway that runs basically straight all the way through Dublin, up past Dublin and all the way towards Northern Ireland. So we're getting towards the turn off for Dublin Airport, and I said to the guys, going to turn off now, lads, just getting close to the airport. And they were like, no, sorry, our mistake, Belfast Airport. Woo, ladies and gentlemen, that was a fucking nice day, I tell you. By the time we got up to Belfast, I can't remember the figure, but it was more than a good day's salary and a lovely tip at the end of it as well. But yeah, very strange having to drive from South Dublin all the way to Belfast and back to drop the guys off. I think they were on a corporate account, so you know what I mean? It didn't matter to them how much it cost the fare. But yeah, that was nice. That was one of the more interesting stories driving a taxi. Ella said, love Johnny Fox's, do lovely food. How weird is it, Ella, that a pub up in the Dublin Mountains like that is known for seafood? It's nuts. Reza said, Craig, how many more years are you going to stream for? Just remember, I will always be here to watch. I don't know. Reza is the honest answer. We're hoping that we're able to survive into next season. We're hoping that we're able, we want to keep going, but it is fairly expensive to keep this thing ticking along with regards to the computers that you need, the equipment that you need, and loads of other little bits and pieces as well. So we've always said we're never going to go behind a paywall, and we stand clear with that one. So we're trying to do other things to be creative, to keep things ticking over, like getting people to download the Hot Mic app, like having the memberships as well that people can sign up for, and little bits like that. Little things like that make a massive difference to us YouTubers. That it really does. Anyway, look, I won't brag on about it or keep going on about it. I'm going to move into the comments. What was I driving on that airport run? An E200, Brian. An E200 Merc, mate. I think it was a manual one as well. So, yeah, fairly heavy on juice, but it was an older one. I think at the time it was probably about 7 or 8 years old. But yeah, I love that car. Harry said, Craig, if you've been getting demonetized on YouTube lately, it could be because you're talking about the coronavirus. Apparently you get demonetized if you say it. No, you don't. I had thought that, Harry, at first. But what's happening is YouTube are down to a skeleton staff, like a lot of companies right now. Some people working from home, but they're basically using artificial intelligence to flag certain videos. And some things are coming up. I mean, we had a couple of videos in a row that were demonetized. And once I understood the situation with YouTube, I fully appreciated where they're coming from. Because, look, if a couple of our videos got demonetized, so be it. It is what it is. I mean, for somebody that does live content, ad revenue for us is fuck all anyway. If you want to be a YouTuber, make pre-recorded content, because you will make a lot more in ad revenue than if you do it live. Do you think we will be better than we were before the break and bounce back? That is the $64,000 question, Benjamin. I've no idea. I mean, our form usually isn't great after a break, mate, but I'm hoping that the lads are chomping at the bit to get back at it. Of course, once all their families are safe and that they're medically cleared and good to go. We just need that 2 wins, mate. Well, look, we need to get the season finished, but from our point of view, to be mathematically unstoppable, we need to get those 2 wins. And interestingly, I don't know if when the season resumes, they're going to add the fixtures that were missed onto the end of the season, or if they'll move the whole schedule and go with the calendar. It's probably best to get back to the nearest game, I'd imagine, from... Actually, how do I know? Because the season... Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think, by the way, on this? So, what do you think? If we were supposed to play Everton as our next game, do you guys think when we come back that will be the case, that they'll move all those fixtures? Or do you think that they... I don't know. I haven't seen anything on this, actually. So please help me out. Give me your thoughts on this one. Leon said, YouTube is the best thing to do during these tough times as you don't have to go out as much unless you have to film outside. Well, thankfully we don't, buddy, which is good. Would you do boxing fight against Sonny for charity? No, mate. Well, not... How do I say? I don't even want to talk about him, mate. He's not worth my time. Honestly, he's irrelevant. I don't want to talk about him. Yeah, so if you don't mind, I'll just gloss over it because he doesn't deserve to be spoken about. Did I hear the thing about Sean Cox? Yes, great news, ladies and gentlemen. Sean Cox has been home for the first time in 2 years and spending some time with his family. The family shared some pictures on social media, which is beautiful to see. And of course, we wish Sean Cox and the Cox family a wonderful time. And as much as I say wonderful time, I hope his recovery continues to progress as well as it can be, and I hope that he gets back to as close to a normal life as he can. But it is beautiful news to see that Sean Cox is home. I think in these uncertain times where we're all a little bit down, that was a nice boost to see that he's at home with his loved ones and his family where he belongs. Anthony Davies said move the season back. So by that, mate, do you mean let's start with the Everton game and work the calendar, or which way do you guys see it going? Our next match will be back is against Arsenal away. I've seen it on Sky. You couldn't have seen it on Sky, mate, because nobody fucking knows when the game's going to start, Limo. Come on, pal. We can't say what our next fixture is going to be when nobody knows when the stadium's going to start, or this season's going to start back. Do you have trolls on your channel? Yeah, of course. It's a YouTube channel, mate. They're par for the course, but our moderators are really good in removing those trolls. Leon said, to be honest, I hope that we start against Everton. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? It'd be lovely to kick back with a Merseyside derby for sure. It was almost the perfect game for us after the disappointment of Atletico Madrid, of losing to Watford, of getting knocked out of the cup by Chelsea. Knowing that the Merseyside derby was on the horizon like that, it would have been a perfect pick-me-up, wouldn't it, if we could have collected those 3 points. So, yeah, I hear you. It would be nice if we went back with that one. Reza said, Craig, you know, I'm not going to read out any more comments with that man's name in it. Is that alright? Yeah, I'm not going to read out any more comments with his name in it. He is irrelevant, so he's not worth us talking about. To me, anyway, I don't give a fuck about him, so. Joanne said, I want to say, look how far you've come since you started off, mate. Keep going to you and Connor. Thank you, Joanne. Yeah, Connor often sends me clips of our older streams, and it is weird looking back on them. But, yes, thank you. Appreciate that. And yeah, we've all come a long way together, Joanne, as a group. Werner is waiting for his flight to Liverpool, said Subi. I hope, mate. I really do. I really want him to come. I genuinely do. I'm good, Luca. How are you, mate? Thank you for popping into the chat to say hello. We've gone to what? We've about 20 minutes to go on tonight's stream, ladies and gentlemen. So if you've anything that you want to talk about, any comments or any questions that you wanted to ever ask, please feel free to put them in the chat and I'll do my best to get to them. How can you say unban me, mate? You're literally commenting, so I don't know if you mean on YouTube, in which case you're going to have to give us a username, mate, so Connor can do a search and unban you if needs be, but I don't know what your username is on there, pal, so sorry. Subi, good night to you, mate. Take care. Ella said, better off starting with Everton, otherwise the rest of the fixtures will be messed up with fixtures congestion. Yeah, I think I was probably confusing myself a little bit, Ella, because I was thinking that the season may start back with some fixtures still penciled in the dates that could still be played, if you get where I'm coming from. So let's say we started back at the start of May, you could play the Chelsea game and you could play the games that were penciled in on those dates because people would have had stuff booked for them. But I think we're going to end up going past when the season was originally supposed to end. Hence why I'm asking what you guys would like to do. When was your first started stream? I think it was May, Sam. May 2018. If my memory... From looking back over the videos, I think it was May 2018. So what's that about? 20 months? 22 months, sorry. 22 months or so. So just under 2 years. If I could buy a defender for our team, who would it be? In which are you talking about a centre back, mate, or a full back, or is that dealer's choice? Probably Saka. Yeah, that kid we spoke with, somebody mentioned in the chat earlier on, the young guy from Arsenal, 18 months or so left, just under 18 months left on his contract. I like to look at that kid. I think we do need backup on the left-hand side for Robbo. Centre-back one is interesting because I've read a lot of stuff linking Dejan Lovren with moves away from Liverpool, but I've been reading this for a year or so. Now, interestingly, I read the other day that both Arsenal and Spurs are interested in Dejan Lovren, which would probably mean there is a space for us to fill in with our centre-backs, but I wouldn't expect it to be a position that Jurgen Klopp would look to go out and invest heavily in. So that gentleman is a Diego Carlos from Sevilla. I can't see us dropping 50 million to bring him in as an example when we have Joe Gomez there, when we have Joel Matip there, obviously Virgil van Dijk there, we have Sepp Vandenberg as well, and of course Kylian Hoover, who can play at right back or at centre back. So it would be an interesting decision to make about what you do there. Do you bring somebody in who is experienced, somebody who you get 2 years out of maybe and allow the other guys to develop, or do you invest a moderate amount of money in a reasonable centre back who can come in and fill in as your third or fourth choice? Brian said, not being negative, seen a lot of football, but would have a fiver on Genie leaving. Is it just me? I don't see him leaving. Now, he has said that I think he wants to go back to Holland at some point in his career, to finish his career actually, I think he said. But he also said that he wants to play on until his late 30s. So I don't get the feeling that Genie will leave. I hope he doesn't, Brian, but you know, anything can happen, mate. Football can be a crazy business. Andrew Childerhose over at Hot Mike said, with the Euros being postponed until next summer, the league will finish. I've no doubt in my mind. Good man, Andrew. Love the positivity, and I'm with you. There is an appetite right across Europe for leagues to get finished. That's important to put out there. And there's been a lot less of the scaremongering now about the league being voided. There were some very, very happy people. A lot of them, quite frankly, Arsenal fans. Who I don't know why, by the way. I don't know why Arsenal don't like us so much. I really don't get it, because I don't know. I don't remember having many run-ins with Arsenal fans over the years. But yeah, a lot of people hoping and praying that the season was going to be voided. A lot of those people had self-interests, as we do, wanting the league to be finished. There's no denying that. As Liverpool fans, we want the league to be finished because we want to win it. I don't want the league to be voided and us to be given the title, because I don't want an asterisk beside a title win. I want us to play the 38 games, break 100 points, be the most successful team with regards to points in the Premier League history, and get rid of this 30-year wait for a top tier title. So those that wanted the league to be voided, the likes of Karen Brady, who was back down somewhat on her original thoughts on it. A lot of Arsenal fans, again, for some reason, people just want to banter Liverpool. People just want to say, ha ha ha, you waited 30 years, look what happened. Look, this is the difference between, I keep saying Liverpool fans are a different breed. Liverpool fans are Jesus Christ, Craig, get it right. Liverpool fans are concentrating and focused on Liverpool, as we should, because that's the club that we care about. I couldn't give a shiny shit about Arsenal. I couldn't give a fuck about Manchester United, Spurs, Chelsea, any of them. I'm a Liverpool fan. My only interest is in Liverpool Football Club and in them succeeding on and off the pitch. So other people are fucking obsessed with our club for some reason. I don't know why. And yes, a lot of people dislike us as Liverpool fans. They think we're arrogant. I don't. There are some dickheads in every fan base for sure, and I include our fan base in that as well. Probably include me in it, to be fair. But yeah, for me, I don't get it. I don't understand it. But we'll ram it back down their fucking throats when Jordan Henderson does the Hendo Shuffle and lifts that Premier League title. You know what? If all went tits up this season and the worst came to the worst and the league was cancelled, we'll fucking win it next year. Do you know what I mean? I believe in this group of players, so whether it be this season as it is looking likely to be, or whether we do it again, fuck it, we'll win it. This group are good enough to win a league title. No matter what happens, nothing's going to stop us. Aidan said, I cannot wait for the night kits. Thank you. I did say I wanted to talk about night kits, actually. So a lot of questions have been arising about what's going to happen. So if the season was to start as, I think Brian suggested, maybe the Telegraph said the start of June. Well, as we know, Liverpool's contract deal with New Balance runs out on the end of May, and from the 1st of June we are technically supposed to be wearing night kits. Now, I have read some stuff on this, and it's believed that Liverpool are yet to decide whether or not to play in the new night kit when the season resumes. Cash said that there may be some scope for New Balance to perhaps look at the possibility of challenging this, although that will depend a lot on the contract and how that's worded. It seems to be, from all the information that we're getting in the media, that it is just a date that's specified and not until the end of this season, but none of us are privy to that information, so we can only work off guesses. What do you guys think? Do you think that Liverpool have a moral... What's the word I'm looking for? Moral duty to finish out the season in New Balance kits? Or do you think that Liverpool should say, fuck it, the contract was up, 1st of June, Nike comes in, let's start wearing the Nike kits? What do you guys think? What would you like to see on this one? And we've talked, look, I'll put up the league kit image as well in case you guys didn't see it last night. Where is it? Connor has it here. It'll say Connor Crosby on it for a second, but don't mind that. So there's the league shirt for those of you that haven't seen it yet. The league shirt, I should say. That's apparently a away shirt. If you want to see more on it or look at it more, Footy Headlines is a good website to check these things out. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on that shirt as well if you haven't seen it already. I'm not overgone on it, but I will reserve judgment until I see the full shirt and the kit that goes with it. It's interesting, to say the least. It's definitely not a copy and paste shirt, but again, I'd love to know your thoughts on it. I'm going to turn the image back off now because I want you guys to remember, Hot Mic, put in the code, download the app, put in the code Anfield Agenda, all caps, all one word. We're only 2 followers on Hot Mic away from 1,300, ladies and gents. And as we promised, when we hit every 1,000 on Hot Mic, we're going to give away a £50 Amazon gift card to one of our followers on there as well. So a little bit of incentive for you guys to go over there and check it out. And also, when we hit 40,000 YouTube subscribers, we're going to give away a £50 Amazon gift card as well. So don't forget to subscribe on YouTube if you haven't done so. End of the world would love the title, but human life is more important, said Tom Boland. I echo that sentiment, mate. Should be New Balance, said Joanne. As a Judy, we've been playing in their kits. The kit is beautiful, said Gerps. He really likes the new kit. I think a lot of fans that I've seen and spoken to have been a little bit mixed on this one. Connor is a little bit more warm to the kit than I am. After, first impressions, I'm not overly gone on it. Sam, I will talk to you soon, buddy. Thank you for popping in. Dylan said, Arsenal fans don't like us because we're successful now. They were the same with United and Chelsea when they were on top. I just don't understand the obsession, mate, with other clubs. It's not something that I've seen much from Liverpool fans, to be fair. What have we got? Somebody else, where was it there? Let me go back to the comments. Andrew said, I would like to see them show good faith with New Balance, but after they went to court, I think that good faith is out the door. Your YouTube name is NRG underscore. Let me just get a photo of that, mate, so I can check it for earlier on. No, for later on. Earlier on? How could I check it from earlier on? Let me just get a photo of your name, mate. So I'll send it to Connor after the stream. And if you are banned, I'll get him to unban you on Twitter, mate. Or YouTube. I can't speak. Do you know what I mean? I can't speak. I'll get you unbanned is what I'm trying to say, mate. Just bear with me. Okay, some more comments on Hot Mic. I appreciate you guys going over to Hot Mic, by the way, and being on there tonight. It makes a massive difference to us. Could you do a room tour no matter how long it is? What do I mean by a room tour? You mean like a behind the scenes thing? And that is something that we're thinking of doing, by the way. Connor's going to be putting stuff like that up on our Instagram account. Connor's going to get much more active on the Anfield Agenda Instagram account. So if you guys use Instagram and you use Twitter, please do give us a follow on both platforms at Anfield Agenda. So just at the symbol at and our name Anfield Agenda, both on Instagram. And we're going to start doing a few little outtakes and behind the scenes clips and stuff like that on the Instagram account, because we haven't been very active on it, but it's mainly been because we've been really busy. So we want to try and raise our output on there a little bit as well. Stevie said, Craig, you're now on one away from 1,300 followers. You're making a new account. Shh, mate, shush. Don't be giving away the secrets. Liam said, it would be harsh on New Balance, but it is what it is, I guess. Make nice kits. What else is there? Brian said, the only club I really expend any energy hating is Chelsea. It's weird, I don't really have any. I mean, obviously we all have an inbuilt disliking of United and Everton from the rivalry perspective, but yeah, I try to be as honest as I can in my football opinions and not go around belittling other clubs. So I just don't see the point of it. I've spent enough time reading up and looking at Liverpool stuff, so I don't really have time to be fascinating myself or being thinking about other clubs. Thank God for Netflix in these weird times. Let's have the last 15 minutes of the stream talking about Netflix shouts. So, what are you watching on Netflix? What would you recommend? I'm a comedy fan, so if there's anything that you think I should watch, I'd love to know in the chat as well. So I'll start off the conversation. Recently on Netflix, I've been watching The Family, which is a documentary about religious powers that influence world politics, I think it's fair to say. I'm watching the Aaron Hernandez thing as well, which you guys probably know about on Netflix. What else have I been watching on Netflix lately? I finished something that I thought was excellent. I'm watching Dirty Money. That's another thing on Netflix. I'm watching, and of course, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I watch reruns of that over and over and over again, and there was a newer season put out as well. Friday Night Dinner, said boy, yeah, I do like that show. Shalom to you. It's a good show. Luca as well, another show for Friday Night Dinner. Again, good show. Sex Education's a good one. Said shows your tits, mate. That's weird for me to say. But I haven't watched that one yet, but I have seen it being advertised. Couldn't agree more. I just don't give a fuck about them enough. Said Keegan, we're massive. Leon doesn't have Netflix. Give it a try, mate. Look, I don't know what your financial circumstances are, Leon, but it is worth. If you can afford it, mate, it's definitely worth it, in my humble opinion. Dave said Netflix, Death in Paradise, Boss Baby, Barbie's Dream House. Did I watch the Madeleine McCann documentary? I absolutely did, Stevie. Yeah, it was captivating stuff and very thought-provoking. It kind of removed some of the myths that I'd probably been led to believe over the years as well. Have I seen The Messiah? Well worth a watch, if not. No. I had seen... What's the thing called... about the Ragnashi... Old Country or Wild West or Wild Country. Wild Country, that might be it. It's about, I don't want to use the word cult, but again, it's really good. Trials of Aaron Fernandez. Yeah, I'm watching that. I've watched the first 2 parts of that, Steve. You have 1 more to go. Dave said they were all Sinead's picks. I thought so, mate. I didn't think they were something that you'd be watching now, although as parents we're often forced to watch them a little. And some of these Boss Baby's alright, you know. Boss Baby's not too bad. The Hunted is good, said Luca. Thank you, mate. Have I seen The Young Offenders? I have, mate. I've seen both the TV show and the movie. TV show's much better, but yeah, I love The Young Offenders. It's a show based in Cork. Yeah, it's great. 2 lads are brilliant, very funny. So Scotty wants some shouts for action films to watch on Netflix. That's not my genre, mate. It's not generally something I'd watch. Narcos is a really good watch as well, by the way, if people haven't seen that. American Pie is good. Ella said Netflix are cutting the quality of streams by 30% in Europe. Yeah, I think it's just because of the demand, Ella. They want to take the strain on. Like, I don't understand how this stuff works. I'm not somebody who's very technically minded, but I think it is just to take the strain off. But from what I've been seeing so far, I've not noticed any major changes. But I'm not somebody that notices pixel quality as much as others. Shadowhunters. Interesting. You should watch The Messiah. It's really good. I've never even heard of it, John. What's it about, if you don't mind me asking, mate? Although I could probably find that out myself. Narcos is brilliant, said Ben. I'd recommend Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Love that show. Love it. Brilliant show. It was cancelled a while ago and then picked up by another network, but I couldn't believe it was cancelled. It is a great, great show. All my family love it. It's class. What else is there? Santa Clarita's Diet. I'd seen that, Paul. I'd seen it, mate. I haven't got around to watching it yet. Santa Clarita Diet. I have seen it, but thank you for the show. I will give it a watch. I don't do sci-fi or anything, mate, so bear that in mind. But again, these are shouts for everybody in the chat, not just for me. Lock and Key and Good to an Awake, said Alara. I know if Connor were here right now, he'd be screaming at me to mention something. Black Mirror. Yes, Connor loves Black Mirror. He keeps trying to get me to watch it. Who's your favourite actor? Mine's got to be Jim Carrey. I'm a little bit old school, so I'd probably say Robert De Niro, mate, because I'm kind of old school. And A Bronx Tale, which I think was Robert De Niro's directorial debut, is one of my all-time favourite films. Garrett said, Hot Mike Craig just joined. So sorry if this has already been discussed. Your stream isn't on my subscription feed on YouTube. I'm still obviously subscribed, so I only go to the channel and check. Then it says you're streaming. I think a lot of people have had this problem, Garrett, tonight. We've been talking about it in the chat. A lot of notifications not going out. I mean, obviously we all blame Connor Crosby on this because it's always easy to blame Connor, but the truth is, I don't know why it happens. It's frustrating, and I think it happens to a lot of YouTubers. When they see us, is that what it's called, Pranav? Robin Williams, good morning Vietnam is epic, Dave. Good morning Vietnam! Definitely, really good show. Joanne doesn't have Netflix. Dexter was good and it's meant to be coming back, so I can start watching in the box before it comes on Sky. Big Little Lies was captivating. Defo, if you can, get stretched to it, Joanne. I don't know what anyone's personal circumstances are. I would highly recommend Netflix. And if you have a Sky Q box, you can add that to your Sky Q subscription. And of course, Disney Plus is dropping in a few days as well. I know my little dude is really excited about that, so I'm sure at $6.99 in Ireland in euros, I don't know how much it is in the UK, probably about a fiver. That's going to be dropping soon as well, so another one to keep an eye out for. I think they have all the Star Wars, National Geographic, and of course all the old Disney stuff on there as well. Have I got any bog roll that you can borrow? I do actually, but I don't understand why everyone was going mad buying bog roll, Paul. I mean, at the end of the day, food is more important to me. What goes into me fucking mouth is more important than what comes out of me arse, mate. So I'll use leaves or grass if I have to, and I'll wash it with a shower head. But no, I'm alright at the minute, mate. I'm actually looking at a toilet roll right now that's on my fireplace for some reason. Charles said Resurrection on Netflix is a good watch. Dylan said, I don't think they're on Netflix, but the Jumanji movies are unreal. I've never seen them. Never seen the Jumanji movies. Good shout though, thank you. Appreciate all the recommendations. Resurrection. Again, I'm so behind. I have a list. In Netflix you can just say add to my list. So much stuff that I need to catch up with. What about the documentary McMillions about the Mickey D lottery scandal? Is that on Netflix, Tom? If it is, I don't know if it's on Netflix in Ireland, although I can't remember. Are you in New York, Tom? Are you in America? Or am I completely fucking imagining this? But no, I'd never heard about that documentary, McMillions. Definitely will have a look into it though. Thank you, appreciate it. What else is there? Just trying to see if there's any more comments. Can I unban Own24 from YouTube, Craig, please? No, because every time we ban the guy, he comes back with another account and smart arse comments. We gave him umpteen chances in the chat, and we try and be fair to everybody, but he kept coming back on Hot Mic. I don't know if this is you or this is your friend, but we gave him chances. I don't know what else to say. I don't like banning people, but every time he got an opportunity, he spammed and he was horrible in the chat and what he said. So no, unfortunately, Aidan, I can't. He's your cousin. I appreciate that, mate. But we try to give him chances. We always do try and be fair to people. But I don't know if he was just bored or if he was just whatever. But it is what it is, unfortunately, pal. Black Mirror is good, like the Alfred Hitchcock Twister, said Alara. Yeah, I watched a couple of episodes. I watched the one where he ends up fucking the pig. Sounds weird, but if you've watched Black Mirror, you'll know what I'm talking about. Dave said he was a troll as well. I think I don't like to use the word troll. I imagine he's a young dude, but just wouldn't quit is what I would say more than anything else. Tom Boland said, just started watching the English game on Netflix about the start of league football. So you've given away your American there, mate, by saying soccer. Football. As he said, on 888 you took part in, did you see the Arsenal fan even said Merseyside Derby is more important than North London? Troops was the Arsenal fan that was in that video. I can't remember if he did or did not say that, but we did have a discussion around the North London Derby as well. And for me, I said that after, taking aside my Liverpool aspect, I think the North London Derby is a pretty big derby, like, to be fair. They don't like each other, but yeah, Troops was very, very adamant that the North London Derby was huge, and that it was on another level with regards to hate. Right, look, I can't read that comment out on Hot Mic. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say goodnight to you all. I won't be streaming tomorrow, just a heads up, so I'll be back on Monday. But look, take care of yourselves. Enjoy your Sunday. thank you. Tomorrow, have a nice day tomorrow. Sorry I was again distracted, but look, if you haven't got a chance, download the Hot Mic app, put in the code Anfield Agenda, all caps, all one word. I'll see you wonderful people on Monday. As always, take care of your families, tell your loved ones that you love them. Thank you for your time, I really appreciate it. But look after yourselves and follow the rules. Do what you're told. You know, social distancing. All the things that we're being told to do, but most importantly, stay safe. And a massive thank you to all of you. I'll chat to you wonderful people on Monday.